How's it going, everyone? Equinox Phoenix here, and today we're going to talk about Superman and Lois, Season 3, Episode 9, titled The Dress. This episode is, not as, how do I put this? This episode is not as, meaty. It's probably the right word for it. Because, there's not much that happens, but there's also a lot that happens. So let's get to it. So Lois is having okay, let's start with a flashback because the episode starts with a flashback. We flash back to Lois and Clark at the Daily Planet discussing their wedding. They need a venue. Um and it then flashes forward to Lois is told she is getting that she got nominated for an award that is essentially just under a Pulitzer, right? It's like that. It's like the Pulitzer is like the top S tier type S, like plus tier award. This is just like S minus. A plus award, it's just it's up there. It's number two, but it's not the Pulitzer, but it's still right. It's like right there. Um. Anyway, she needs a dress. She doesn't have like a dress for like a gala and whatnot because she's an army brat. Like we know this. Clark then goes and sells his baseball card collection, including a very specific one that gets brought up a lot this episode, and by a lot I mean like 3 times, but still. It's always baseball collection to get this really oh my life level of dress. Like I'm just like, oh boy, that is a dress. It's a gala dress and a half. Like, oh boy. Reminds me that a dress I wanted to get for my Final Fantasy 14 characters is locked behind a paywall and a half. But that's a discussion for stream. Anyway, they go to the gala and Lois loses. But then Lois decides we should have the wedding at the Kenton farm. Right? This is stuff that's revealed throughout the episode. Um Now, flash forward to the present. Natalie is having issues because her dad has gone weird. Mateo's also having the exact same issues, funnily enough, because his dad has also gone really weird. Anyway, Bruno goes to the DOD and asks to see his wife. John Henry is like, nah, you gotta give us all these things that you stole from us and then we'll let you see your wife. Bit dickish. And by bit, I mean extremely. The children conspire to take Natalie to Mateo, to meet up with Mateo, for them to have a talk and all of this. Jonathan does fumble a conversation with Natalie at the diner. John Henry is nearly mugged in broad daylight by a group of Mannheim's goons. Now the kids successfully conspire to get the Natalie and Mateo to meet, they confess their love to each other. It's all and kiss, and it's all this very sweet, loving, woo. Jordan then apologizes to Jonathan for what happened last episode, where he was a super dick. Anyway, Lois goes to talk. Not Lois. Lana goes to talk to Lois to see why she's trying to give away the dress, because Lois is decided to give away the dress because she's self conscious. Because she's doing a double mastectomy, which is just, we're gonna cut that topic off there. Uh, but at the end of the day, she's self. That's why she's self conscious, right? So, Alana manages to bring Lois back up. And they make a joke when Clark comes in about how they want to go out to eat at the DC Universe's version of Hooters. And Clark, being Clark, is just like, "Oh, the Wings place." Clark, never fucking change. I love you so much. Like, holy crap, Lois! The look on Lois and Lana's face when he said the Wings place was just like, and Lois was like, "No one ever goes there for the food." With Lana saying, "Yeah, they go for the they go for the waitresses and the clothing," and he's just like, yeah, I get it now. I get it now. Honestly, I'm with Clark on this. Like, I know, like, the whole, like, what makes Hooters like loved by everyone, but for me, it's just the food place. I haven't been to Hooters in years though. Anyway, everyone goes back to their separate homes. The kids go back to separate homes. But before this, Clark and Lois are having a talk. And in the middle of the talk, John Henry gets attacked by the Atom, I think is his name. I honestly don't know. Harmon something. Bro, I really don't know the dude's name. Henry Miller, Atom Man. Anyway, during the fight, John Henry gets the giant swing hammer, and he kills Atom Man, and Clark gets upset at John Henry for this. Obviously, for good reason. You can't just be killing a person. You can't just be killing a person. That was water, by the way. Um, like, for no reason, right? But at the same time, um, you can't just kill a person. Anyway, the kids make it back home safely. Um, Mateo confronts his dad. Nada confronts her dad. Jordan just Jonathan and Jordan are like, "You good?" And Clark continues to talk with Lois, and he says some very sweet, adorable, loving husband type things, and they go out in all dressed up. We also find out that they had sex in the limo on the way back from the awards thing after Lois lost. Anyway, they go out and they go fly and kiss in midair and whatnot, so it's all super romantic and whatnot. But that is where the episode ends. Yeah, like I said, there wasn't really much that happened in comparison to previous episodes. Because if I look at the timestamps on all of the like previous videos I've done, Gotham Knights, tie-ins, Flash and Flash, all of them are like, whew, but this is easily covered. If it wasn't for me spacing out a lot today because I'm like mentally fatigued, this would probably be like 8 minutes long. Anyway, overall, I would say this is a good episode. It's kind of like not a filler episode because there was actual like content in it, but it was like an in between. Oh yes, Bruno shows Mateo inverse Superman. That was the thing, saying I can cure your mother because of him. Which anyway, overall, I'd say it's a good show. Good episode, not a good show. I mean, it is a good show, but still. Anyway, tell what you guys thought of the episode down in the comment section down below. That's good for this video. If you guys haven't already, hit like, hit subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys next time, and as always, stay bright.